Okay, you think your boss is intimidating? You ain't seen nothing yet. If the National Labor Relations Board gets its way, companies could be forced to hand over your contact information, whether you like it or not, to union leaders. I want you to think of that for a second. Okay, you've had a second. Union leaders having access to your phone number, your email address, the fast food restaurants you go to. All right, the last one I made up. My next guest, though, worries that unions will use that information to harass people not in a union. Peter Schaumber is a former NLRB chairman, and he knows of what he speaks. By the way, Peter, we did reach out to the National Labor Relations Board. They declined to offer a statement. But, you know, Peter, hope always springs eternal. Maybe they will. But what do you make of this?
I wouldn't hold your breath on that.
Okay.
I think it's terrible. You know, workers have a right to be left alone. They have a right not to be harassed during a union organizing campaign. If a worker is given his or her employer their home phone, their personal email address, their cell phone, it was the expectation that it wasn't going to be given to third parties, but was going to be used by the employer for the purposes of which it was intended to be given for. And in most instances, that's to contact the employee under emergency situations.
But now, can companies even be allowed to do it as things stand now? I mean, there must be some, even civil libertarians who might be otherwise predisposed to like unions, who must be aghast at this.
Well, Neil, I don't know of any federal or state law that specifically protects this kind of information, but we shouldn't need the law to tell us what's in privacy. It's common sense.
But it's also like if you give an email address to a vacation site or what have you, and before you know it, you're getting emails from folks who manufacture those loud vacation shirts and luggage and everything else, because someone obviously has sold your name and address to other entities. That's one thing, but when my boss does it, that's another, isn't it?
Well, your boss isn't going to want to do it. But what it's going to be is that the NLRB is going to require it. It's going to be the federal government requiring this kind of personal information disclosed to unions.
But, Peter, again, you're the smart guy, I'm the dumb guy. There's no way that is kosher. You know what I'm saying? You cannot force a company to essentially open up its data banks to union sympathizers and say, hey, have at it. Contact these people.
Neil, I agree with you. I think most Americans agree with you. But remember, we have appointees to the National Labor Relations Board that are union advocates. And they want to stack the deck in favor of unionization. And the desires of organized labor take priority over the interests of workers and the legitimate interests of management.
Man, oh man, I tell you. Well, thanks for clarifying that and now infuriating me all over again. Good stuff. Thank you very, very much, Peter. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
All right, well, not just